Welcome guys, this another session for the simple call through models. So here, so far we have seen inter IC, sorry, line to line inter IC, where customer A and B, even though having different line modules but connected to the same IC. Line to line inter IC OCT call, outgoing trunk call, where customer B is residing in different common office. Yes. Line to line inter IC, where two different interface controllers we have used. Line to line inter IC OCT also we have used. Outgoing call, this is the special case where we are getting incoming call. Special case here, incoming call we are getting from customer B who is located in a different common office, different local exchange office, who may be in a different region. Step 1, CO for customer B homes into customer A's common office directly or through tandem office. Okay, CO common office, local exchange office for customer B homes into customer A's comes into customer A's local exchange directly or through tandem office. Now means we are receiving this call request from B who may be residing in different CO or maybe different region. It connects to customer A's local exchange office via incoming trunk. Incoming, this is incoming trunk. ICT I should write. Okay, incoming or ICT you can say. G also you can use. Okay, no problem. Incoming trunk means we are able to successfully receive the customer B's incoming call request through trunk who may be located in different common office. Step 2, the trunk and customer A's line are in the same IC. The trunk and customer A's line. Now you can see they are sharing the same IC. The path is established through the switching fabric to line module of customer A. Path is established through the switching fabric. If it is already there, it will be looked into the database kept in the level 2 NCP, then it will be used. Otherwise, if it is a new number, new switching shortest path will be found, then it will be used to connect path with the line model of customer A. This is how you have to elaborate. Don't simply write these statements. Remember. In step 3, the concerned NCP performs all time slot assignments for the ICT and customer is line. Means time switching will be done by NCP. If line A is valid and its idle or busy status is checked. How it is checked, you should tell. The power ringing to customer is line is applied to by the IC. And audible ringing is simultaneously transferred to customer B's line via ICT. Both will get the audible sound. Now step 4. When customer A answers, a clear path is established through switching fabric through previously assigned time slot, as in line to line calls we have seen like that, through with the help of TST connection. All these things you have to tell. If either customer disconnects, means at the same time when the call is established, a small amount of AC current was sent by the supervisory code, and when either one of them will stop, that will be identified and disconnects. The LM of either CO detects the on-off condition, LM will identify it, okay, and alerts the connection, and call supervisory is powered by the originating CO. Means who is making the call request, that CO is going to provide the call supervisory operation. This is a very important statement, guys. You should write as a concluding statement. At the end, you should tell who has provided the call supervisory operation, either A or B. Who has made the call request? No, that common office is providing normally the call supervisory operation. Okay, so this is a very another important point with respect to incoming call we discussed here. 4 cases outgoing calls we discussed, and 1 case we discussed about so far incoming call. So next one, another incoming case here, trunk to line inter IC. This is quite different here. 2 separate interface controllers now we are using here. Trunk to line inter IC incoming call model. Incoming call we are able to get from customer B who is located in different CO. Okay. Then through trunk module, it is reaching interface controller Y to this switching fabric in the digital switch. So B will be in different local exchange office or CO. So here first what will happen, this is similar to the line to trunk intra IC IGT call, you refer to that one, and call is established through ICX and ICY. Hope you can explain this one. Okay, so hope you guys do this one by yourself. Otherwise, if there is any difficulty, you can tell me. I'll separately do the with this block diagram. I will keep and explain this separately for you people. Even if you are not getting operation of any of the block diagram so far of any model, I will request you to, even I will suggest you to tell me through WhatsApp or Google Classroom, post it me or tell me immediately, so that I 1 or 2 days before, so that it will give some time for me to record on those whatever the problems you are telling, and let me to post it. So that will is over the system recovery and simple call through processes. So next we'll see the last point of this one, model 5, that is a common characteristics of DSS. Sometimes you'll get this one here. So most commercial DSS in North American network shows some common characteristics. They are described here at high level and do not related to particular switch. Okay. So dual capability. Most DSS covered, which are primarily are of class 5 type, which can have tandem or toll or class 4 capabilities. Class 5 will be having only tandem or toll trunks, whereas in class 4 capabilities will be having junction circuits and trunk circuits. Okay, all these things already you studied in model 1. That is called dual capability. So that's why you have seen in most of the block diagrams of the basic calls duplicated like that, they are written at the corner, means switches function will be similar, it will be duplicated, circuit will be duplicated, circuit packs. That is the first property, that is known as the dual capability. Second one, termination capability. Most of the large DSS can terminate approximately 1 lakh lines or 60,000 trunks. So normally most of the DSS, large DSS have the capability of this handling these many number of lines or trunks. Okay. So traffic capacity in a distributed environment depends on the digital switch configuration, and it can go as high as 2 lakh busy hours call attempts. This is known as busy hours call attempts, BHCA, that is known as. Okay. So each digital switch is thought of as supporting 1 lakh line to 60,000 trunks and traffic handling capacity of up to 2 lakh BHCS. They are thinking in that line, because in order to purchase one digital switch costs more, and based on the how many customers we have in a particular region, because we need to have these DSS in the common office, local exchange office, they can think or assess. That's why traffic model is important. That is going to decide the cost of all these things what you are being buying here. Some more properties here, architecture and hardware architecture. Most DSS have quasi-distributed hardware architecture, just I told, as they all maintain control of switching functions through an intermediate processor. All digital switching systems use multiple processor systems, because you have seen since from many videos, 3 different levels are there. At each level we will be having one separate operating system, and at the bottom level you will also be having central processor, and middle level also will be having network control processors are there. So that's why this will make up to call it as a multiple processor subsystems. Okay, so that is a hardware architecture. Software architecture, most DSS maintain modular software design. Here I want to insist you to explain this modular software design. Modular means, you may be remembering or forgotten, modular software means software modules which are called, means whole software task will be divided into different modules. The idea here is, one thing is, we are making the large work into smaller chunks, which saves time and will distribute the work and everybody will do it in less time. In a similar aspect, if something is required to be updated in each of the model, we can do it but without recompiling it. So modular concept means it is directly concerned with manipulating or editing the code without recompilation. That is very important through layering or functionalities. They have operating systems under which application systems function, and all support database systems for office records, subscriber records, administration records, etc. Means we have the OS and software supporting at each level, and we have the OS and software at the second level to support the two types of databases, distributed and relational databases. And all have maintenance subsystems that support diagnostics and switch maintenance processes. Also support billing systems for subscribers, so like automatic message accounting. So another part what we are getting here is switching fabric. Most DSS use TST mode of switching calls. So far we have discussed in the last video. Now to establish the call, customer A is connected to CO through LM through time slots provided by the NCP. Customer B is also connected to CO by time slots provided by the NCP. And a path between them is established by searching a pair of coordinates through the switching fabric, that is space. This is the time, space and time TST switching connection. Remote operation. Most DSS have remote switching modules, RSMs, to support switching functions in a remote location. So most remote RSMs have standalone capabilities. So if the main switch or host goes down, the remote units can still switch local calls. So that's why they are known as standalone capabilities. Standalone means, so backup. If main host will not function, then they will be able to stabilize the that real-time telecommunication work for that local switchings for a particular time period. That is known as standalone capabilities. And the last one, you can see advanced feature support. Like most DSS can support advanced features such as ISDN and STP. Okay. So this is another last point after system recovery and simple call through process models. So some common characteristics we have seen for the as far as DSS is concerned. This one last point I wanted to cover as a part of the model 5. So next guys, you can see this is very important part. I want to suggest you very important and very last point of this model 5 here, that is called analysis report. So in this second part guys, I want to tell system recovery, simple call throughs, CAT6 DSS, and these all are equally important, very much important. One question or two questions are fixed, 20 or whatever your marks distribution is there, one or two questions, full questions, one question you are getting full. So analysis report gives a light on the high level description of digital switch being analyzed and will depend on the following things. Means what it contains, let us see. System overview means it explains the system level functional blocks of digital switch, system level functional blocks, and it covers the busy hour call attempts of digital switch for desired configurations. So two things it will give here. First one is what all the system level blocks are there to tell. Second thing, it will tell their traffic handling capacity. Third one, detailed description of all hardware components of a digital switch required for desired configuration of the equipment is given by analysis report. And software means it describes the main software architecture of digital switch with all major software components identified. So let us see in elaboration. The fourth one, it explains the flow of different types of calls through the digital switch. We have seen many I think four outgoing calls and 2 or 3 incoming call cases we have seen. That all the things are explained by analysis report. Features list means analysis report explains All base features, including the generic and optional features, required to be obtained separately. It also explains different levels of system installation and the typical times for system recovery for each level installation. Means where and when, which kind of fault was occurred, at which level it came, how that particular installation was applied, how long it took the time, how many times you did the installation. All those details will be there in the analysis report. So in summary, we can tell this contains operation, administration and maintenance report, OAM report. Analysis report means OAM report. So this section gives a brief description of maintenance features of digital switch, like database management. Means it describes all database required to manage, like office data, translation database. Office data means you know that one. Or translation data means suppose if you want to map from subscribers number to subscriber terminal equipment number, directory number, mapping, then directory number to then LM number to TM number to IC number, like that mappings will be there. So all that data will be kept in the translation database. The billing database provided by the AMD, so that is managed by the database management. OSS interfaces, which explains all types of operational support system. OSS means operational, so, so this is known as operational support system interfaces. So that is all about analysis report, what it contains. Sometimes you'll get it as a short note. So next one, another very important part, extension of that one is after submitting that one analysis report, how you can analyze that. So here what we'll do, we'll see what it analyze, and with the example we'll try to understand. It gives an explanation about reliability models of digital switch. Some models are there. With the help of that, the submitted analysis report can be analyzed. The first one, the parts of this model is component failure rates. Means what it tells? It tells about the component failure rates for different circuit packs used in the digital switch. One problem has occurred, technician has used the circuit packs, may be wrong circuit packs, may be correct or but he applied them in the wrong place. How many times it has failed because of those reasons? That is called component failure rates. System reliability, it tells the results of hardware modeling of different systems of digital switch. Means how well it is modeled to provide the reliable operation. Software reliability analysis, it tells the results of software analysis of DSS. Sorry. So these are the three parts how we can analyze the analysis report. So details are there in the notes, you can refer to that one. Normally we get explain analysis report and how it can be analyzed with the help of reliability analysis. So starting from analysis report to this one, you have to explain. Okay. So congratulations for completing module 5. Thank you.